So last night when I was sleeping, I got the clearest download from Laura, who was like, we need to talk about people's manifestation and manifesting out of trying to solve a problem. There is so much here. We're going to dive into it in this episode. Laura's about to already hop out of my mouth, so this is going to be an episode with her. What was interesting is I remembered that so clearly this morning. And I want to share that with you guys first before we jump in. If you have a dream or hear a word or a sentence and you just happen to remember it in the morning, first thing you want to do is write it down, right? Because if I win a few more hours, I probably would have forgotten that. Write it down right away. So put a piece of paper, a sticky notepad, anything, and a pen on your nightstand so that you can write these things down, because the universe communicates with you a lot in your sleep and through your dreams. It's such a cool thing. And when I'm channeling, I'll be brought back to someone's dream and I'll be like, did you recently have a dream about this? And they'll be like, yes, holy cow. And now I remember it. And I'm like, yes, there's so much in that dream for you to take with you into your conscious mind and either process or implement or something. So that's what I do. I deeply recommend that you do it too. It can be a dream that you had, just anything you remember from your sleep, write it down. It's going to be relevant in some way, shape, or form. And 9 times out of 10, it has to do with your manifestation journey / your healing journey. Okay, so I hope that's helpful for you guys. But definitely do that. Anyway, so don't manifest to solve a problem. Let me call Laura forward. I have a big yawn. Oh my gosh. For you guys before we get started, but let me call them in. We're so excited about this conversation with you guys because it's something that we've been noticing in Gabrielle's community. It is something that we have been channeling from you guys. We're very tapped in. We're very tapped into the DMs she receives, to the emails she gets, to the people in the membership, to the people who listen to this podcast. We're deeply tapped into you. And it's our mission and our purpose through her to help solve your problems. Funny enough, because today we're going to talk about the fact how you don't have any problems. But we know that as humans, we latch on to things being problematic. We want to shift that for you and instead have you understand that things are purposeful. Every single instance in your life, there is deep purpose behind. Deep purpose. That purpose is not always meant to be conceptualized by humans, and we will be the first to say that. But most of the time, with the day-to-day things that people face, there is purpose behind that can be consciously understood. And our ask of you is, when you do face a challenge in your life, right? Or a road bump or a sticky patch, instead of absorbing that as being a problem, right? And getting emotionally sucked into that, we're going to ask you to take a step back, take a step back and say, what purpose is this proving in my life right now? What purpose does this have in my life? For example, let's say you're 5 minutes behind an appointment that's 15 minutes away in the car. So you're driving and you get stuck behind a slow person who's going under the speed limit and you're so frustrated. In your mind, you may think this person's going to cause me to be late. But what we're trying to show you is that it's safe to slow down. And it's okay to be 5 minutes late. And it's okay to walk in and say, thank you so much for waiting for me. I apologize about that. It won't happen again. Right? But your ego latches onto that and they say, you're really going to offend this person. You're so rude for being late. You all have mobile devices. You can call the person and say, I am so sorry, but just a heads up, I will be 5 minutes late. That's okay. Your ego doesn't want you to do that. There's part of your inner child that's freaking out right now who's thinking maybe you're going to get in trouble like you did as a kid, or you're going to disappoint someone and you can't do that. Or you're responsible for this person's feelings, so how dare you be late? See how it is so much deeper than the surface level thing that you experience in your human experience. It is always so much deeper, with deep, deep, deep purpose and intention. That person going slow, that was divine guidance to you. And so there's so many of these divinely guided things in humans' lives, and they're regarded as problems. When there's two reasons why they're there. One, the quote-unquote lesson is the word that we hate using, but Gabrielle's encouraging us to use that right now for your own understanding. It's to bring something up in your experience, right? In your healing journey that's saying, hey, it's time for you to focus on this now. Because again, we know what you want to manifest. We know that. And we know how realistic it is for you. And we know what's bogging down your vibration. So we are in there pushing these things forward that have been in your vibration for years and years and years. And we're bringing them out, up and out through the conscious mind, and then a release through an experience in your life. Right? So if you want to use the term lesson or whatever you want to use with that, but there are times where those circumstances are to bring something up and out of your vibration. And the second thing is for opportunity. When you manifest, right, when you put something out there, you're saying, I'm going to become the person that receives this. We're going to hold your hand to the fire for that. We are going to hold your hand to the fire for that. And we're going to give you opportunities to show up as the person who you said you were going to be. Now, there are endless opportunities for you to do that. This isn't, you get the opportunity once, it'll never come again. That's scarcity, that's ego, that's a human-based thing. There are endless opportunities for you to show up as the person that you want to be to receive this manifestation. So, see how both of those things are rooted out of love? Big release there. Rooted out of clearing? Rooted out of opportunity? It's rooted out of love. So, when you manifest, that must also be rooted out of love. Here's what we mean by that. When we put together the natural manifestor method with Gabrielle, we focused first and foremost on choosing the manifestation and the ego. Why? Because this is such an important part and it gets goofed up all the time. So often, and what we've been seeing in the collective here is that manifestations are being rooted out of ego. Now, here's the frustrating part. Your conscious mind makes up 3 to 5% of that. So many of you don't even realize that what you are manifesting is rooted out of ego because it's deep within your subconscious mind. And that's why in our challenge, for example, we have so many exercises to get back to that subconscious mind so that we can make sure that what you are asking for is rooted out of love and desire and not ego. Here's an example that we've seen recently. There was a manifestation out there, and this is such a lovely person who has so much love. And what we realized through channeling this person on one of the monthly group calls that we do, the manifestation workshop group calls we do in the membership, we could feel the ego. We could feel it. And so Gabrielle tapped in, we tapped in, and deep, 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 deep down, this person felt a responsibility to other people's emotions. They felt responsible for other people's happiness. If that person reacted in a negative way, they felt responsible for that. They had no idea consciously that that's what they were doing. So deep down in their body, they were putting a manifestation out there, but they didn't realize that the intention behind it was for other people's happiness and not their own. It was, if I manifest this, all the people around me, my family, etc., will be even keeled. Everyone's emotions will be monitored. Everyone's emotions will be settled. And that's my responsibility. Not once did this person bear in mind their own feelings towards this. They did not realize they were doing that. In the conscious mind, it was, this is the best thing ever. I'm so excited for this. And I have such chills right now. Such chills that's being sent down Gabrielle right now. It's so important. It is so important that your manifestation isn't put out there to solve a problem. The ego makes up problems, and we love the ego. The ego is so important, and if you are in the position where you are manifesting out of ego or to solve a problem, big releases, we're really excited for you because it deepens your healing journey big time, because it doesn't come through and it forces you to dig deep and say, why is this happening? So you're uncovering beautiful layers of yourself. And if we could help prevent this before you have to go down such a big, deep journey, that's our intention right now with this episode. So why does it not work? Why does it not work to manifest to solve a problem? Because when you manifest, you're tapping into universal laws. You're saying, I am one with the universe right now. One of us, right? One with the universe. It is strictly out of love. Nothing else exists. Nothing else exists besides love. And so it simply just does not work. It's not a perfect union. When one is out of ego and one is out of love, they just pass right by each other. You must meet the vibration of what it is that you want to manifest. And in order to do that, you have to be in alignment with it. Not just consciously, but subconsciously as well, and within your nervous system. Subconscious work is so important in this manifestation journey. And whatever you do find, right, you want to bring forward into the conscious mind, which is, if you've listened to more episodes from us, we talk about the healing journey. Step one is the awareness, right? Getting back there and what the, Gabrielle just got distracted for a second because her computer says 111, so feeling relevant to share that. But step one is that awareness where you're jumping back into the subconscious, whether it's with yourself through an exercise or with Gabrielle, for example, through channeling, or with a hypnotherapist, or with anyone that can help get you back there. The awareness of what that block is. Step two is conscious acknowledgement. That's when we literally bring it into the conscious mind and acknowledge when we're doing the habit, the thought pattern, giving into the belief, etc. And then the release, whether that's through a tapping or a walk or something, right? So you want to get it out from there and into the front of your mind. And so those of you in the challenge, for the first 6 days, like, that's what we focus on. We focus on getting back in there so that we can bring it forward, get it out, and make sure that your manifestation is rooted out of love. The ego is going to block you from love. And that's okay, because that's its purpose. And that duality is very important. The contrast there, right? The opposite of what it is that you want, you have to experience that. The ego is so purposeful. It makes a lot of sense. It's a very humanized thing. It makes sense. We love the ego. And it's something to be mindful of when you're setting the intention behind your manifestation. So a question we want you to pause and ask yourself right now is what I'm trying to call forward in my life out of love, or is it out of ego? And ego can look like this. Having to prove something to someone, proving something to yourself, wanting the attention for what it is that you receive. There's so many ways, but the best way to understand if it's ego or not is this rooted out of love, or am I trying to prove something to somebody else? Am I manifesting this for an attention from somebody else? To get praise for somebody else, to be put on a pedestal without realizing? Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself for that. It is a normalized thing in the human experience, and it's our belief that we're here to help you stay on top of that and help root you again out of love, so these manifestations can come in. And when we say that it's out of ego, it's going to be blocked, that's absolutely true. And it just means you're going to go down a much deeper journey of having to clear these blockages. And some of you may be in that position. Gabrielle was in that position for 3 years. It took her 3 freaking years to clear those cobwebs to be able to call in what she really wanted. Everyone's different. Everyone's soul purpose is different, and soul purpose is so relevant to your manifestation journey. That's a whole other podcast episode, but it's very, very purposeful at the end of the day. So our ask of you is to ground in that, and if it is out of ego, let's shift it. And if you need help shifting it, come join our manifestation challenge. Those exercises, there's 30 days of exercises, right, that are so meticulously laid out through our natural manifestor method where it's all done for you. You just have to show up and do the work and process what comes forward and shift what needs shifting and be the person that you want to be able to receive this. And that's exactly what we help you with. So if you want that support, it's there. The link is below. We love you guys. We'll pass it back off to Gabrielle now. Oh my God. Ooh. Huge yawn for you guys. Holy cow. Oh, that was nice. That was really, really nice. Sometimes I translate Lara and sometimes I let them speak through me. And lately I've been translating Lara, but it's really nice when they speak through me because I can literally just step aside and they just go off. And I don't have to think about anything they're saying. It just goes off. It's really, really, really nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, but they're spot on. And I always say this, I forget like 95% of what they say, but I hold on to like pieces here and there, just because my conscious mind is so disconnected when I have them on. But it's, definitely take that and sit with that, because we've got to shift that for you if that's the case. I want nothing more than to see every single one of you manifest everything you want in your life. Every single thing. And I know it's possible for you. And anything that I can do to help make that happen, that is what I'm here for. So you guys, please let me know what support you need through this, what questions you have, anything. There's a form below that you can fill out. You can DM me on Instagram. I'm right here to help support you because I want to see this come through for you. I believe in you, and I'm really encouraging you right now to believe in yourself. I love you guys so much. We'll see you on Monday with another Love from Lara.